What if I told you that your computer might be able to replace your entire pedal board or your rack system, your full-blown guitar rig, that you might have just about everything that you need to have the most powerful guitar rig that you could possibly imagine if you already have a laptop, or say an iMac? You'd probably say to me, yeah, but Peter, I can't really stomp on this or hit this with my foot in order to change presets. I need my pedals on the floor and my foot switches and stuff to be able to do that. That's where this thing might come in handy. Now this is a MIDI foot controller, and you saw me using it at the beginning of the video, and you say, MIDI foot controller, what's exciting about that? Well, it's pretty cool and pretty special. What you saw me doing was actually controlling some software in my computer using it, and I had it hooked up to the computer via USB. So yes, it's a traditional MIDI foot controller that you can use with traditional MIDI devices via a 5-pin MIDI cable, but also via standard USB cable, you can hook it up to your computer and then control things like software applications. I was using it to control Line 6 Helix Native, and you saw me switching between some completely different guitar sounds, 4 different guitar tones. So it sends out MIDI program change messages as well as continuous controller messages. So you can do all kinds of fun stuff and change up sounds via MIDI using this controller. Now I must confess, I'm kind of a MIDiot, and keyboard players, if you're watching this, you're gonna be like, we've been doing stuff like this forever. I know, but as guitar players, I feel like this is sort of still uncharted territory. Maybe some of you out there are hip to this stuff, but there's not a lot of us, I don't think, that are controlling software apps yet using devices like this, MIDI foot controllers. And so it was really fun for me to hook it up to Logic, pull up, I thought Helix Native would be a perfect thing to try with it. And I just made some different presets, and it's pretty seamless. There's just a little bit of a gap when you change presets, but that's it. And that can, of course, vary depending on the software you're using, the sounds you're changing, whether or not you're enabling different plugins from different companies and things like that. So for the purpose of my video, I stuck with Helix Native, and I just did the program change thing. But I did do a little bit of continuous controller because I hooked up an expression pedal, and it was a source audio one right here, and I was able to get some wah sounds going. I just mapped this to a wah-wah within Helix Native, and lo and behold, super easy to get some cool wah tones going. And of course, you could control all kinds of stuff with this. I mean, delay levels or reverb or whatever you want, feedback. So the sky's kind of the limit. I mean, this really opens up some possibilities for guitar players that aren't afraid of using software for their tones. And also, if you do any kind of live looping, let's say maybe you use Ableton Live or something like that to get some cool on-the-fly stuff going. I mean, this will control all those programs and, obviously interface with the computer super easy via USB. So I want to show you a little bit more. I hooked up the wah, like I say. I want to show you that. I want to show you how it controls my traditional MIDI stuff, like my PT100 amp and a pedal and stuff like that around here. Let's get to that. Here we go. So the Live Logic has 2 expression pedal inputs, and I thought I got to give that a try. I'll try hooking up an expression pedal and try and map it to a wah-wah in Helix Native and make a preset and try and control the wah with it, and it works perfectly. It's really cool. So I've got a clean preset set up right here. Okay, with no wah or anything. And then on this preset, I added a delay and a wah-wah. Okay, so you can easily just change between, the straight up clean sound and then adding the delay and the wah on the Live Logic. So of course you can control any of your standard MIDI stuff, you know, your traditional pedals, and if you got maybe an amplifier or something that's got MIDI on it, for instance, my PT100 amp from Sur here has MIDI, this pedal will work just great to change all that stuff as well via standard 5-pin MIDI cable. So the Chase Bliss pedal I got hooked up right here, it's real easy to see as an example. I figured it was a good one because the faders move, which is pretty cool. So you can see them flying around. And then on the PT100, you can see the channel lights changing from green to blue to red as I change the presets and send out MIDI program change messages on the Live Logic. Works just great. There's a software program that is available on the Blackstar website for both PC and for Mac that enables you to configure the foot controller in custom ways and store that stuff. So let's say maybe one week you need to control Ableton Live, and then the next week you need to control Line 6 Helix Native with it and have a different sort of foot controller layout with different continuous controller messages being sent by each foot controller, that sort of thing. You can do all that stuff and get as deep as you want using the software program and easily store those things as custom presets. Thanks for watching my video on the Live Logic super cool USB MIDI foot controller from the nice folks at Blackstar. Just as a MIDI controller, it works just great to control, say, my MIDI pedals or my PT100 amp. But when you throw in the USB stuff, now this opens up a whole world of possibilities of maybe using nothing but a laptop as your guitar rig, being able to control guitar effects like Native Instruments, Guitar Rig, or Line 6 Helix Native, doing program changes, switching effects in and out, just like you would do with a traditional guitar rack setup or pedal board. And then being able to control things like Ableton Live, doing live looping, and totally customizable via the software download program you can get for PC or for Mac at the Blackstar website. Speaking of the Blackstar website, click down on the link in the video description below, and it'll take you to the Blackstar website and all the info that you could ever possibly want to know about the Live Logic. Please hit subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell beside the subscribe. You will get an alert every time I put out a new video. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you real soon. Take care out there. I'm Pete Thorn. Over and out.